Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see you again. So I really wanted to do another first impressions revisited video. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen a video like this, it's basically where I take a lot of the products that I've recently reviewed over the past month or so, and I just use them again. I talk about my experience with them, any updates I might have on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Now the first product I've used is my Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch Primer. This is a wrinkle filling primer and I use it in my smile lines and I just dab it in, blend it in, and just, you don't want to rub. Just make sure you don't rub. Now, the reason that I do this first is because I want to make sure that it dries down before I add any product on it. That way it's not going to settle into my lines, you know what I mean? Okay, so for primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Primer Plus Mattifier. This is from good old Bobbi Brown. She always kills it with her products, always has a great selection, especially for her base products for women of color. And then because I love that matte look, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Matte Fix Plus. This is the matte part. You have to make sure you shake it up real good, girl. Get that like white stuff at the bottom. Make sure it's all mixed up. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz it all over my face. And I'm gonna wait for that to dry before I add my foundation. Now, I haven't had a new foundation in a long time that I've reviewed. So I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring back an oldie but goodie. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation. This is so good for like long wear, especially if you have oily skin or you just work really long hours. It's freaking bomb. So of course I'm going to be applying that with my Morphe sponge just to get that nice and even. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this one. It's kind of like a foundation that I feel like I just totally forgot about, but I love, you know? So this product right here, this is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. So if you guys remember my video, I basically got a shade that was too light. I thought I had the right shade, but it was not. And I went back and I exchanged it for N Deep 2. So I had N Deep 1 before. Now I wanted to show you guys on camera, N Deep 2 is so much better for my skin tone. I'm really, really glad. And thank you to those of you guys that recommended that I get another shade. It's really beautiful, a great concealer with wonderful coverage, easy to blend and stays put. This is what the concealer looks like when it has not been set or anything. You see how like natural that still looks? It doesn't look too light, but I'm more like naturally highlighted. Now to set this, I'm gonna go in with a powder that I freaking loved at the beginning, like around springtime of this year. This is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I haven't used it in a while because it's fairly lightweight, and during the summer, you know, it was pretty hot and humid, so I was trying to keep my oils at bay. So I'm gonna go ahead, take my setting brush. This one's from Kat Von D. Go ahead and set all of those areas where I applied the concealer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my eyes. So I will be taking a little bit of this powder right here on a sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and put some under my eyes because I want to catch any possible fallout that I'll get from these eyeshadows that I'm going to use. First things first, this is easily one of my favorite eye primers. I got this when I first got the Moroccan Spice palette from Fenty, and you know what, there's a little bit of a learning curve to using this, but I actually really love this now. So first up, I'm going to dip into this palette right here. This is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette, and I'm going to be taking this color right here, Girl Bye, in the middle. It's that nice mauve pink color, and I've actually grown to really like this palette. It's quite lovely. The mattes are super buttery, and I mean, there's nothing to really complain about other than the price point, but you guys get it. I mean, if you're down with the price, you're down with the price. That quality is actually really amazing. So at first I didn't have a plan for this look, guys, but I really want to do something like soft and feminine. So back to the Naked Cherry palette right here, which honestly was like, I was so freaking surprised that I liked it. I didn't think that I was gonna like it when I saw pictures of it on social media. Now I'm gonna take this color right here. It's called Ambitious. Right there we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the outer part of my eye and bring it in towards the center. Now this color here, Bang Bang, is so pretty in person. It's like a champagne-y, rose goldy kind of color. And I wanna take that and put it on the inner part of my eye and then bring it in towards the center and blend it in with that other color, Ambitious. So I feel like this eye look is like super soft, super feminine, feminine, romantic. And you know what? Surprisingly, there is actually very little fallout from this Naked palette. Now, I gotta say, that makes me love it even more because I hate fallout. I deal with it, but I hate it. So you can definitely do your eyes afterwards. Like I said before, the Naked Cherry palette was like a wonderful surprise for me. I thought it was something I was gonna completely like just not like, at least the palette itself. I really also like the liners, which are super bomb. I just love the way that their liner formula is. It just doesn't budge. So I'm gonna go ahead and sweep any excess powder away from my under eyes. So speaking of their liners, I'm going to go ahead and take a Love Drug. This one is also from the Naked Cherry collection, and I'm going to go ahead and use this to align my under eyes. And we definitely got to go ahead and smudge it out as well to create a nice kind of like smoky-ish vibe on the bottom lash. And that looks freaking gorgeous. I also want to go ahead and take this shade right here, Drunk Dial, and go ahead and smudge it into that color as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some liner and lashes off camera, and I will be right back. See, with lashes, she is looking real cute. I love it. These are the House of Lashes in the style Iconic Light. So I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face because I really didn't do that earlier. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. So this is something that I actually got kind of recently, and I was just kind of like in Sephora just browsing, and I saw that and I was like, ooh, okay, I wasn't planning on this, but how about I try it? So I've used it once before, and I'm going to use it on camera with you guys. And the shade that I got is Cinnamon Bun, and it's a little bit, it looks like it's my shade, but when I opened it up, it's like slightly darker. So I'm going to go ahead and do the outside of my face. The one thing I will say about this powder is that it does have like a scent to it, like a perfumey scent. It's very light. It hasn't bothered my skin so far, but if you are very sensitive to perfumes, just know that. And most of Huda's products, I feel like, do have some sort of scent to it. So bronzer, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. Not new, just something that I use a lot. You know what? It's grown on me. I definitely like it when I'm more like darker, like during the summer months and late summer months and fall months. But in the middle of winter, I found like it just looked too warm brown on me. I don't know what it was. When I first bought it, I hated it, but I didn't return it and I just kept it, and I'm so glad that I did because now I freaking love it. Now before I go ahead and continue, I'm going to go ahead and set my powder with the MAC Fix Plus. This one I have right here is the rose version. You can get it at like Ulta or, you know, regular MAC store. So now it's time for blush, and I recently got my hands on the Juvias Place. This is their Saharan blush palette in volume 1, and these shades, you guys, I had no idea in person how freaking beautiful they were gonna be. I just like, we need to use a highlighter from this palette as well as a blush. Like now that I'm looking at it on camera, ooh, it's gorgeous. So I'm going in with Neo, that's the first one. And something about these guys, the pigment is like insane. So you literally need like a small dab, otherwise it'll be way too much. See, like I already added a lot. Be very light-handed here. And if you do too much, you can always take your beauty blender, the side that doesn't have any product on it, and just dab it on and really go ahead and diffuse it. Now these highlighters are both very goldeny. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one, Zara, and it's, I mean, very like golden champagne-y, like bright. We'll see how this looks on my skin tone. I'm gonna take it very easy at first. Wow, that looks incredible. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't have anything like this. The texture, so smooth, so buttery. I thought it was going to be like really blinding like the other Juvia's Place highlights I have, but this is like just right. Then of course it's time for another spritz of Fix Plus. So for lips, I really wanted to go back to the Fenty Stunna lip paints, and I'm going to go back with Uncuffed. I love this one, but I want to give you guys a different variation. So this time I'm going to use a lip pencil from Urban Decay. It's called Gash, and I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this. This is more like a brick red type of shade, and I'm going to bring it slightly in towards the center, but not completely. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this color right here. It comes off really like a bright pink on camera, but it's more like a dusty pink, if that makes any sense. But I think it's going to look really nice blended into this liner. Now, honey, this beat right here has got me feeling like $1,000,000, and I love it. Now, honestly, I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a product that I absolutely hated or didn't like, but all of these products that I use today are products that I would definitely recommend to you guys, that I'm going to continue to use in my everyday routines, you know, depending on what kind of look I want to create. But yeah, I really love them, and let me know what you guys think of today's look. Now, if you guys haven't already, please check out some of the other videos from this First Impressions Revisited series. There are some really great looks in there. As always, you guys know I love you so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!